Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome back to ABP. Champions League is finally back, and we're coming at you with preview and predictions of this week's games. But before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and get in the comments right now and tell us what you think is going to happen in these games.
I think we should just get right into it.
Let's get right into it.
Tottenham versus AC Milan. Battle of the mid-off. I am here to say it.
Huge mid-off.
As an AC Milan supporter myself, we are in horrible shape. You know, we were champions of Serie A. It looked like a promising, back-to-back champions, Serie A champions. Something fell off last couple of months.
No one can keep up with Napoli, though. It doesn't even matter if you guys kept your form from last season. No one can keep up with Napoli right now.
I mean, yeah, Napoli, I think, is one of my favorites to win the Champions League.
They could honestly go far.
Hot take, but I think that they're going pretty far. They're going to make a deep run. They have Serie A already on lock. They've got 10 plus points in the bank, so they don't need to worry about Serie A anymore. They can go all out for Champions League. I think it's going to be, one of those type of stories in the Champions League for sure.
But we're not talking about Napoli right now. Milan versus Tottenham, it's a big mid-off. I mean, we know Antonio Conte's record in Europe is terrible, horrible with Inter, bad with Juve, horrible with Spurs too. So
yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to really say. Tottenham has been horrible the past couple of months as well. It's not even only about Conte. Mm-hmm. It's about Tottenham. They're known for being bottle jobs. I mean, they're not. Yeah, they had that one run in the Champions League, and
they scraped through the groups, barely scraped through the groups.
Other than that, it's Tottenham, right?
Yeah.
Any other month, I think AC Milan comfortably wins. But right now, the way we're starting, we've lost 4 in a row. We finally won a game. Finally, hopefully this is a turning point for us. But
wait, first leg is where?
I'm pretty sure it's at San Siro.
At San Siro.
At home, AC Milan's home. Look, I think the only saving grace that we have right now is Rafael Leao. He's going to be a difference maker for us.
Even he has dropped off in the last month.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he can turn that spark around. I think that he can do a good job, especially against Lloris or even Forster, depending on who's going to be playing. I think that it'll be
Lloris is injured.
Overpowered. The right back's position likely will probably be Pedro Porro, maybe. First time ever.
I think for sure.
First time ever in Tottenham Champions League. It could be hit or miss for him. It might honestly be Emerson Royale. That'd probably be worse for Tottenham.
Porro played today, and they just got smashed 4-1 to Leicester.
Exactly. So Conte could probably just go back to old reliable Emerson Royale. Old reliable. He locked up City, but we don't have to talk about that. But yeah, I think Rafael Leao is going to be 100% the difference maker. I saw recently Theo Hernandez was talking about how he's still feeling the World Cup loss. He's saying that it's affecting his game, but he's getting over it. So look out for Theo Hernandez magic come Tuesday. But it's going to be a very interesting match. I'm predicting that it's going to be a 1-0 win for Milan at the San Siro.
I think it's going to... Okay, honestly, it's hard to back Spurs because it's Spurs and because of Conte's record in Europe. Milan's been garbage the last month, but I think I still have to go with a Milan win. I think it's going to be 2-1.
You have to. I mean, it's Champions League heritage. Milan is Champions League heritage.
I don't know about that. The first time in the knockouts for 8 years or something like that.
7 Champions Leagues, not heritage.
Anyway,
come on,
okay, but
man.
I mean, look, I think it's gonna be a Milan win. We're gonna have to see. Another huge game though on Tuesday is Paris versus Bayern Munich. I mean, PSG. They're looking rough as well. I mean, they just lost 3-1 to Monaco.
Yeah, but I did see the lineup for that Monaco game, and they only started realistically Neymar, and everyone else, I couldn't even tell you who they were starting.
Mbappe apparently is going to be out for the game.
Yeah, he's been injured. I think he's dealing with a hamstring injury. We know Messi's been frauding. He's given up on football since the World Cup. So
I mean, he's taking a little break. I think in the Champions League, he might turn it on, though.
They better hope so, because Bayern Munich's looking like a real team. They've got Mane back in training.
I don't know, man. Bayern, for me, I'm just not convinced. I'm not convinced.
Really?
I'm really not convinced by Bayern.
Why?
I don't see them as a contender.
Dude.
Obviously, they may go far. They may get past Paris. I'm not denying that. But at the end of the day, if I'm just putting my money on a team to win the Champions League, I'm not picking Bayern as one of them.
I don't think they're pretty much favorites, but against PSG, I don't think PSG's firing as much as we'd like to see them firing. I feel like the last 2 seasons of the Champions League, they had very strong runs. I feel like more teams were scared against PSG the last 2 seasons than this season for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because that, they don't really have like that bravado in their coaching staff right now. They've got like a relatively nameless coach.
I mean, Gaultier is doing a good job. I think
yeah,
this season they've actually been better than they have in
Champions League.
And in Champions League.
Yeah.
Okay, in Champions, I mean, it's only been 6 games this season in Champions League. If we're talking about league play, I mean, they've been really good in the league. They've actually had a lot more competition in Ligue 1 this season. Like, Ligue 1 is improving in my eyes. The teams in the below Paris, they're getting better. So
maybe Paris is just getting worse, but
could be. But I mean, this game is in Paris. Obviously, Bayern Munich are probably a healthier squad right now. Mm-hmm. So what are you saying for your prediction?
I think it's gonna be 2-1 Bayern Munich. I think the difference maker for Bayern is gonna be, of course, Jamal Musiala. We both know we love this kid.
He's insane.
Insane. I mean, like I said, Mane is getting back into form. He's coming off that rough injury, so I think he can also make a difference. We all know that Mane's got that something about him in those big games. We saw in last year's Champions League. He almost single-handedly carried Liverpool to a cup. But, Courtois, of course, was man of the match of that game. But I think it's going to be a 2-1 Bayern Munich.
Look, I see it happening. But, I mean, look, PSG's midfield has improved, in my opinion. With Mbappe out, I think the midfielders have been chipping in with goals more often. Fabian Ruiz has been chipping in with goals.
Yeah.
Look, Messi has to turn up. That's obvious. Neymar has to turn up. That's obvious. But I think that Bayern, the thing about Bayern, that they probably have the edge over PSG is that they get goals from everywhere. I mean, Gnabry chips in, Coman chips in, Choupo-Moting chips in, Sané chips in. So, they have goals coming from everywhere. I do agree with you, though, with Mbappe out. I don't think they can handle it. Joao Cancelo,
forgot about Joao Cancelo.
New signing as well. So, I mean, he's going to improve their defense 100%. Going
Who's
forward
playing
as
right
well.
back? Who's playing right back before
I mean, it was Pavard usually.
Yeah, exactly. Pavard doesn't have that offensive, mentality that Joao Cancelo has. Joao Cancelo has, I don't know if he started 3 games or 2 games, but he has 2 assists already in the Bundesliga. Yeah. He's got the quality. We all know it.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be like a 3-1 Bayern.
Ooh, okay. I thought you were going to go Paris. Okay.
Nah. I just think Bayern's going to take this one. I still stand by my point, though. I don't see it Bayern as a contender to win it all. But this game specifically, 3-1 to Bayern.
Yeah, that sounds all right.
All right, and then moving on to Wednesday. I mean, we got,
pretty big game.
Yeah.
Pretty big game.
Pretty big game with Dortmund versus Chelsea in Dortmund. It's going to be interesting. Look, another kind of mid-off, I would say.
I know. You know what? Dortmund hasn't lost this year.
In 2023.
Yeah, they have not lost this year.
Okay, the thing is...
Very surprising because not a lot of media is talking about it.
Yeah, that's fair. But to be honest, when it comes to Dortmund, I will often watch their highlights. I don't really watch Bundesliga like that, I'm not going to lie. But I often watch the highlights. They always scrape a winner, last minute. Gio Reyna had 2 last minute winners over the last month. Mm-hmm. So they're scraping by, but I guess they're getting the points. Chelsea obviously struggling heavily in the Premier League.
A lot, but their new additions are very exciting.
Yeah.
I look forward to watching Chelsea because of their new additions.
It's true.
We can just talk about the game that we just watched recently. João Felix, he's looking like a world beater.
He's a monster.
He's looking like a world beater. He's looking like the person that we saw at Benfica before he went to Atletico, captivating everyone.
Simeone's a terrorist for keeping him locked up for that long because
it's looking like Graham Potter might be a terrorist as well at Chelsea.
Whoa. He's looking good. He's looking good at Chelsea.
No, I'm just talking about Graham Potter in general.
That's a different conversation. But they have lots of new signings, especially going forward. It can cause Dortmund problems. Obviously, Dortmund they're not known for defensive capabilities. They lost Akanji in the summer.
Akanji in the summer, okay.
Well, they did.
Yeah, they did.
But yeah, what are you saying for this game?
It's going to be at Dortmund, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be difficult for Chelsea. I think there's just too many components right now. Even Graham Potter is new. I think it's going to be difficult for them to find the back of the net despite Dortmund's woes on defense. With that being said, I think it's going to be a 1-0 win to Dortmund.
Interesting.
I think the home crowd's going to come and support. Big Champions League night. I think the home crowd is going to be huge. And I think, the youngsters at Dortmund are going to step up. You already said, Gio Reyna, we've been seeing back-to-back dominant matches from him.
Nah, he's been coming on as a super sub often. I wouldn't say dominant matches.
No, they are very dominant. I've been watching Dortmund.
Okay, my bad.
Please. Jude Bellingham, we know, he's a youngster, but he's a veteran at the same time. He's going to come up big. And I think it's going to be a 1-0 win for Dortmund.
Interesting. So. Look, Chelsea have been struggling to score goals. That's been their main problem. And because Dortmund isn't the greatest defensive side, I think it's going to benefit Chelsea. But it is in Dortmund. We all know how crazy their fans are, how lit their stadium is.
Crazy.
So I think I'm going to go for a 1-1. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Not bad, no.
1-1 draw. And then I think, at Stamford Bridge, anything could happen there. So
yeah, I mean, I don't think Champions League for Chelsea has been too kind.
They just won it, no?
No, I'm talking about this campaign.
Okay.
I think Dortmund's got.
But wait, didn't they beat Milan?
We don't need to talk about
twice?
that, though, but we don't need to talk about that. It's different managers altogether.
Right.
One time, I think.
I'm pretty sure Potter slapped y'all like 3-0.
It was a manager boost. So, but yeah, that's our prediction for that game. We can quickly talk about Club Brugge versus Benfica.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because, look, Club Brugge shocked the world in the group stages.
But I think their last two games in Champions League, they got smoked.
I don't think that's true.
I'm pretty confident on that.
I don't think that's true.
Leave a comment if I'm right on that. If you made it this far in the video, leave a comment. Say, yes, Josh was right.
But, look, Club Brugge versus Benfica. I think for me, look, I want to back Club Brugge. They're the Cinderella team of the knockout stages, but I think Benfica is going to be too much for them. They've got insane quality.
Gonzalo Gomes.
They topped the group with PSG, Juve in it. We know how good they are. João Mario, he's a beast. He is.
Beast is a very.
He's a vet. Word. He's a vet, and he was very good in the group stages. One of the best midfielders of the group stages.
He's solid.
But anyway, look, I think Benfica is going to take this one. It's at Club Brugge. It's in Belgium, so I think it's not going to be easy for Benfica, but it's going to be a 2-0 to Benfica.
2-0 sounds pretty easy.
Nah, it won't be an easy 2-0, but, they'll get by.
I think it's going to be 3-0.
3-0?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very easy. It's been so long since we've seen Club Brugge in Champions League action. Of course, the World Cup, a lot of teams are making break.
No one has played in Champions League, though.
No, this is what I'm saying. The World Cup happened, and it's been a make or break for a lot of these clubs. And I think Club Brugge had so much, momentum going into the Champions League where we saw that. And it's coming up to the games now, the bigger games, and I don't think they've got the quality for it. They don't got the the experience that maybe Benfica has in the past with João Mario. Of course, he's been in the game for a while. He knows these big games.
We'll see.
It's gonna be easy. They have 3-0.
They have Simon Mignolet. They've been very good. He had the most clean
sheets. What a keeper. Champions League heritage for him right there.
Most clean sheets in the group stage. So they were good defensively. So I think it'll be a good game. Well, that's it. There you guys have it. Those are our predictions and previews for the Champions League games for this week. If you made it this far, we love you. Thanks for the support. Hit the like button, subscribe, and comment. Get in the comments. Get involved. And we'll catch y'all next week. Peace.